Hey guys, welcome to Drink Coin. It's Tyler again, and today we're just going to be doing a quick update video on the prices of CCIV and ZOM and where I predict they're going to be running over the next couple days, including pre and after market. I'm just going to dive right in. What we're looking at here with CCIV is I've got a Fibonacci extension set up so it can give us like some different kind of support points and stuff potentially we can look at as we're going through. Market was down a little bit in the morning. There were some changes to NASDAQ with some bonds and stuff that I'm not going to go too much into specifics, but basically brought kind of the whole market down for a good chunk of the day. And what this allowed was basically a lot of people to buy in low for a lot of the stocks that they wanted, and a lot of them started just shooting straight back up and fighting that as they went on. What we're going to be looking for is this tested new highs today for CCIV. They hit 59.48. It was starting to consolidate a little bit towards that range between around like 57 to 59 towards the end of market close. So this is a very good sign going in tomorrow. Even after market, it stayed a pretty decent range above that 55 range, and I could see this just shooting up in pre-market. I'm looking at maybe potentially making a new high in the 60s as we go into pre-market, and that's going to be very significant because if we go into market with the highs up there, there's probably going to be a sharp drop off of people trying to sell fast. There's going to be a lot of firms and stuff that are trying to get in and start shorting the stock, so it might start dropping the price with that dip and everything. And so we could be seeing a nice little discount coming up for CCIV soon, pending the merger getting announced or anything. If the merger comes out, I'm still standing by my point that that's going to shoot up like 15-20 bucks within the first couple of days to a week that's announced. With these prices going, I am going to be looking to retest that high and push it in pre-market, and then potentially also break that high and stay around pushing the 60s throughout the day multiple times. I've got a couple different trend lines that I could follow going tomorrow. This is going to be more of a bullish one where it's following this very steep pattern, and this is going to be a little more of a conservative one where it was following, and it could be just following a little bit loosely, but if it followed even this conservative trend through the day, I could see it pushing and hitting that 60 again throughout. It was staying pretty high above the VWAP for the price throughout the day. The VWAP is based on the volume and average price down here. So as you can see, there's a significant amount of volume, and this was just destroying it with this margin of difference between here for the actual stock price and the VWAP. So this is a very good indication of the stock following a bullish pattern. And like I said, this is going to be a nice setup for as we go into tomorrow. It's going to be a couple ways you can play CCIV going forward. If you want to scalp it going into tomorrow, just make sure you get that small margin of profit, and then when it dips again, make sure you get it down when it's low so you can hold it for the long haul and just ride the strength of the stock right now, because it just pushing the VWAP like this, especially on a selling day, down day in the market, this is just a testament to how insane this stock is performing right now and the hype behind it from people that are interested in it pending that merger coming through with Lucid Motors. Now coming over here to ZOM, this also had a very significant trend right after that sell-off and stuff in the morning. This thing was just shooting back up, bouncing, so it went down to like around the 2.1 range, and it just rocketed back up to almost that 2.4 range. So what we're going to be looking for is I'm going to see if it'll consolidate around this 2.264 range and start pushing up towards this 2.315 range. If it can consolidate in this area and start supporting, I do see it potentially pushing up to that 2.44. That's going to be very significant to see it run up to the higher end of 2, potentially early 3s coming soon again. Just the same as CCIV, it is destroying the VWAP in terms of the margin between the actual stock price and the stock price average based on the volume throughout the day. As you can see with ZOM, it's still getting significant volume just like CCIV. So these are both very hyped stocks right now, and they have a lot of strength behind them. This dip you see here is both from like a big sell-off here from the aftermarket, but also from share sells that went through that are also closing here shortly. What this is going to set up and entail is that this is going to make a nice bounce back from that low dip, and it's going to allow us to potentially see the rebound, hard rebound of ZOM. As you can see, it did like a nice V here. It went with the soft with market, and then it did like a nice W bounce off the bottom, double bounce, and it's just shooting back up. And so I'm going to look for it to potentially ride this hard trend going into market tomorrow. I think pre-market it's going to ride pretty high. If it can go into pre-market, get a lot of volume coming in and follow that into main market day, I do see it having very good potential for it to keep going and pushing up to new highs for the last couple of days in actual market day. If we do see a lot of volume coming in during pre-market and it shoots up in price, but then it gets sold off and it keeps on a down incline, I do see it going down to another lower day where it'll be like probably one of your final chances to buy in low or average down or whatever you're trying to do if you're trying to hold this long term. Obviously the price target for me for ZOM, based on my first video on the channel, is I'm going to be looking towards that $8 to $12 range come in March. If we want to be more conservative, you could look for around that $5 to $6 range here here short term in the next couple of weeks, but towards the end of March, especially with the most likely scenario of press releases coming out from Zomedica and them trying to hype their product Trueforma and that hitting market and everything, and then depending on how that plays out after March with them having success with the product on the main market and everything outside of their testing areas and stuff, I do see this potentially pushing that double-digit range and getting you guys a very nice, secure profit in that range. They're obviously front runners in their industry right now with what they're trying to do and with their technology that they're developing. So whether you want to play this short or long, this is going to be very good, and I hope you guys make out well on it if you decide to invest in them. And that's going to do it for me on this video, guys. I just wanted to bring you a quick update on those. I know a lot of you are looking for new price updates. I've got quite a few people asking me daily, oh, should I be buying? Should I be selling? Should I be holding? And I just wanted to give you guys a little more in-depth analysis for some information on what you should be doing for a lot of you that don't know how to do that on your own. And I hope this gave you some more insight on what you should be doing with either of these stocks over the next couple weeks. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to analyze, and don't forget to like and subscribe to show some support for the channel. You guys have been absolutely insane. We gained like 40 subscribers today. Like we were at 120 5 a.m. this morning, and now we're up to 164. That's crazy. We didn't even have the channel live a week ago. So I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support, and I'm going to be continuing to push out content hopefully every day for the foreseeable future to get you guys the most recent information on stocks and the most up-to-date price targets that we're looking for as we go on. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.